Thank you for joining us in the kitchen with the 6 Foot Cook. Today we're going to be making a wonderful meatloaf that you can enjoy at home, a great family meal. So without further ado, let's get to the kitchen. Hey, welcome back guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode of In the Kitchen with the 6 Foot Cook. And today we're going to be doing none other than, you guessed it, meatloaf. That's right, it's everybody's secret favorite meal. It's mine definitely. And today we're going to share the recipe with you. We're going to make a delicious meatloaf and we're going to, enjoy it. So make sure you stay tuned, pay attention, take notes, do whatever you have to do, and hit that like button, share it, hit the notification bell so that you can know whenever we drop more fun videos for you. So let's get right into it and let's enjoy ourselves. So first things first, let's get our ingredients in. We're going to need a bowl for mixing. We got 2 eggs here, 1 egg per pound of ground beef. So we're going to do 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 bell pepper. We're going to use half of this yellow onion. We have our Worcestershire sauce here. We have oregano. We have our garlic here. It's already minced up. Make it easy for us in the kitchen. Black pepper, salt, some breadcrumbs here, and good old ketchup for when we make our topping, our sauce. And most important, the ground beef. Now you can do this with ground chicken. You can do this also with ground turkey. But today we're making a ground beef. So first, let's start off with our ground beef. So what you're going to do, we're going to want to take this. And since this is a 3-pound tub, right? 3 pounds, you can see it right there. And what you're going to want to do is break it down to 2 pounds. Well, Chef, I don't have a scale at home. That's okay. Every package already has you all ready together. If you read here, it clearly says, I don't know if you guys can see that. It says cut at seam markings for approximate 1/4 pound portions, right? So each one of these marks is a 1/4 pound of beef. So we need 2 pounds. We're going to count out to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we go, right? So this is how we're going to get our 2 pounds. We're going to take that down and we're just going to, here we go. Slice your beef right out. You got your 2 pounds mark. We're going to save this extra pound for something later. We'll wrap that up and put it in the kitchen. I mean, in the refrigerator. We're already in the kitchen, huh? All right. So you're going to take that out, okay? And we're just going to squeeze that into our bowl for mixing. Make sure we get it all out. And this is the fun part here, guys. We get to get a little messy in the kitchen, get our hands a little dirty, have a little fun. All right. So now we have our ground beef in the bowl. You'll discard of your packaging here. All right. The next thing you're going to want to do is in a side bowl. I like to go ahead and mix my eggs. Go ahead and get them beat. So we'll crack our eggs into our bowl here and discard of the shells. And don't get any shells in. If you do, be careful when you crack your eggs. If you do get a shell in, look at that. Look at that. I did that just for you guys. You can reach right in to the side. You can pull it in, right? Pull it over to the side and you can just pull it right out. There we go. Boom, there you go. A little slippery there. Pull it right out. You can see that on my finger. And get that out. So just be careful with that, okay guys? And I like to go ahead and beat my eggs. Nice smooth consistency. And the reason I like to do that is so as I pour, and as I mix, it's already broken down and it gets through the meat a lot. For me, it's just a lot quicker. You're still going to mix it just well, but I like to go ahead and have my eggs beat. Some people just drop the eggs in, mix it all up, and keep it going. So we're going to do a little bit different there, okay? Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our bell pepper here, break it down, right? All right, take the 4 sides, and we're just gonna dice it up. Some people do not like bell peppers in the meatloaf. It's okay. I love it. I think it adds more flavor. I think that gives it a little bit more texture. You get that sweetness in there as well from the meatloaf. We know that meatloaf is a savory dish, but you know, just get that flavor and sweetness of the bell pepper in there. To me, it just gives, and it also helps with the aroma or the aromatics when you're in the kitchen. It's just a beautiful, beautiful smell. I love it. So we're gonna get that added in there, right? So. No particular size or shape, just a nice small dice. Just want to get that done. Make sure we keep our fingers out the way, guys. Keep them bent over. I like to use my fingers as a guide. That way, I know I'm not going to cut them. And I keep it safe, and I can just kind of glide. The motion is smooth. This isn't a chef's knife. This is actually a little slicing knife. So whatever you got at home that you like to use that you feel comfortable with is definitely okay. There you go. That's good green pepper. Okay. And I already have a half an onion, so I'm not gonna cut into this one. I'll just set that to the side. I have a half an onion here that I have left that I was using for something else, so we're just going to use that. We're going to break that down. You know, onion, once you start breaking that down, it's a lot more than a whole bell peppers. Usually an onion is about 2 bell peppers worth. So we're just going to, once again, get this lined up, break it down, and slice it up. That's right. Make your little slices there. Then you come back across. Get your nice dice. Keep those fingers out the way, by all means. And there you go. See that? You got just about the same amount there. So 2 pounds of ground beef, half a yellow onion, 1 whole bell pepper. Okay. And we're just gonna throw that in here to our bowl. This is where the fun parts begin. Okay. Got all that in there. All right. Usually about 3 cloves of garlic. And today we're going to add about 1/4 cup. Now this little bowl here I have is about a 1/4 cup bowl. So if you don't have a measuring stick at home, you know, all of that, I like to get a little of the juice here with it. And I really love to use roasted garlic. I like to roast some garlic off and put it in there. I think that also adds a little bit extra flavor. I'm gonna just dump that in. All right, get that to the side. All right, and I already have my black pepper laid out. Again, about tablespoons. Go ahead and add that in. Now, our salt, because everybody's different with their salt intake, I like to add a little salt to taste. So, add some salt in there. I would say about, for this recipe, a tablespoon worth of salt. So we just, there we go, dash it all around. Get that out the way. Same thing here. Got oregano. You can use fresh or dried. Flavor's still going to be there. Another tablespoon. Okay. All right. And then we have our breadcrumbs. Okay. You're going to want to use about a 1/2 cup breadcrumbs. And this is, along with the eggs, is a binder for your meat to make your loaf. Okay. So about a 1/2 cup. I like to put that right in there. Okay. Put that all get inside. And none other than our Worcestershire sauce. Okay, and break that down. Break it open. Okay, and I also like to get about 2 tablespoons, maybe even 3, of Worcestershire. I'll pop this little pop off so I can just pour. We're gonna pour that right on in. And I like to kind of pour it all around. Alright, there we go. And Worcestershire is really strong. I think it gives bold flavor. I love it. And I like to, you know, I'm all about flavor. If you follow my recipes, you know that I'm all about bold flavors. I'm all about good flavors. And I love to, you know, just have a good time. I love good food, like most of us do. So I'm gonna put on some gloves here, just for the sake of, you know, we're doing the video. I'm gonna go ahead and pour my eggs in. All right. Okay. All right. And while you're doing all that, I go ahead and preheat my oven. I have my oven preheated right now into 350 degrees. And so I go ahead and get my onion preheated, and I proceed just massage it. Okay. You have all the ingredients there. You're going to want to start just massaging it in, okay? A little bit by little bit at first, just to make sure you don't have spillage. But just go ahead and massage it in until your ground beef, okay? All right, so now we have our ground beef. It's all mixed up there. You see everything is inside. So next thing we're going to do is get our loaf pan, some parchment paper here, okay? And I like to use the parchment paper to kind of line my pan. It helps so when the meatloaf is ready, it's not sticking to your pan. If you have your favorite loaf pan, it's totally okay. Just have a disposable one here that we're going to use today. And I like to line it up and even take a little extra pan spray around in there, so that way it is not, it just helps give a little extra protection from your meat sticking, okay? Fold that up there, fold that up there. All right, so now we take our mixture here, and I like to begin to just press that in. Press it down. You want to pack it nice and tight, nice and tight. Pack that in, okay? Make sure that your paper too is flat. You don't want that cooked into your beef. Nice and tight. Okay. All right, let it mix. And nice and tight, nice and tight. Just, you know, pack it in. Okay. And, you know, different variations. Some people like to saute their onions and peppers first. And nothing's wrong with that. It's totally fine if you like to do that. But for me, I like to allow it to cook along with the beef here. I feel like it just gives it that flavor. It releases everything into the meat and allows you to get, once again, the bold flavor. Okay. That's right. Pat it on down. Get it nice and tight here. Okay. And I like to also get another piece of parchment paper, and I just like to lay it right on top, and that just protects it from overcooking. you know, the top and the top burning. So I just like to give me another piece there. Okay. And we're gonna put it in our oven. All right. We got, like I said, our oven is already preheated. So you take a loaf pan. Now I already have a pan here inside to catch any extra dripping. So let me just show you this. All right. You can see I have a pan here that I'm going to set this on, and we're going to get this inside. All right. And now it's just time to kind of clean up what we started. It's time to clean up what we started here, and give it about a good 50 minutes to an hour, and we're going to pull it out. Temperature should be 165 or more, just to make sure it's thoroughly cooked and it's ready to eat. That we don't want to make sure no bacteria or anything like that is growing in our food. So make sure it's ready to eat. And when we come out, we'll have our meatloaf. We'll have some beautiful sides. Today I'm going to be making mashed potatoes and some green beans to go. One of my favorite full meals there. We're going to do that, and we're going to see what it is. So stay tuned. We'll show you in about 50 minutes. All right, guys, so we got just a few seconds before our timer goes off for our meatloaf. There we go, right there on time. So we're going to pull it out. We're going to check the temperature, make sure it's ready to go, and we're going to show you how to plate up the meatloaf. All right, so let's get to it. As you can see, I already got some sides made. Open that oven, gotta hit that stank face because it's so hot. So let's set that here. I'm gonna just take the pan. That pan's a little hot, so I don't want to sit in and burn my cutting board. Sit that back in the oven for a minute. Now at this point, do not turn your oven off, okay? Do not turn it off. I'll show you why in just a second, okay? But in the meantime, look at that. Parchment paper comes off beautifully. Look at that meatloaf. Oh boy. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Let me just show you. Don't worry, my hands are. Yeah. See, it looks all ugly at first. All right. So we're gonna take this out now, and we're gonna kind of set this to the side. We're gonna allow this to rest for just a second. Okay. We don't want it to continue to cook right at this moment. Matter of fact, let's check our temperature here. Make sure your thermometer is properly calibrated. You want to get it right in the center of the meat. Let's see where we are here. I'll hold that temperature so you can see. So mine's roughly was a little bit over 165, but that's okay. It's not overdone or anything like that. We're at 177.6, so we're at a good spot. Anywhere between 165 and 180 is perfect, so we don't trip on that. So we know that our meatloaf is done. We know that it's all good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our meatloaf here to the side. We're going to pull it out. Our little pan here. Pull it right on out, and what you can do, another good use for the parchment is you can get it all together real quick. Uh-oh, I don't want to rip that. I'll just use one. But you can sometimes just use the parchment paper to pull it right out without it breaking apart on you, but I don't want to do that. So we'll get it up out the pan, and we'll set it to the side here. There we go. Now on the side you have, a little bit of pan dripping some fat there. I don't know if you guys can see it inside of there, but we're going to take and use that. Okay, so we got our meatloaf here sitting to the side. So in a small bowl, just going to take some good old ketchup here. All right, squeeze it into our bowl. All right, and you don't want to change the consistency of your ketchup, but we do want to add a little more flavor into it. So we're taking the drippings and we're adding it into the ketchup there, right? And we're just gonna whisk it together. Get a nice saucy consistency. All right? Not really changing it too much, but just giving it some added flavor. That's really all we're doing with this. So just take those drippings there. You can leave all the fat morsels out of it. Just get that drippings out. Alright, so we didn't change that too much. And that's really the goal. Just a little added flavor into it. Just not that ketchup. You'll see the texture was the same. The color got a little bit lighter. I don't know if you can tell the difference here. The color got a little lighter. Alright, and now it is time. We'll set that to the side here. There we go. I'll make a mess. We're going to take our meatloaf, alright, and we're going to set it back in the pan now. Okay, set it back in the pan here. Look at that. It looks so delicious. Alright, and what you're going to do with that is now the sauce that we just made, the ketchup and the drippings, we're just going to pour that over. Okay? I'm going to pour that over. Let that get down all over. All over. If you got smell-o-vision, I know it smells good to you right now. You can taste it probably. You need to get some taste-o-vision. I heard they're working on that. You're going to need that. Keep watching this show. Alright, kind of just let it go all over. Okay? Now, this is the reason I said leave your oven on. You're going to want to take this pan, right? You're going to want to stick it in, right back in the oven here. And now, you can turn your oven off. Wrong way. There you go. There we go. Everything's off now. Okay? And as you see, we already got some sides made here. We have some creamy garlic mashed potatoes, and over here cooking some southern green beans. Maybe a little bacon fat, a little garlic, pepper. That's going to be pretty good. So you just want to give that a few minutes. And what you want to do is take your time to kind of clean up, like to clean up as we go around here. So we're going to kind of clean up a little bit of mess we've made, get things out the way, so we can do our plate presentation. So just a few minutes. You want to give it maybe like 5 minutes back in the oven or less to get it time to set up. Get you a nice glazed, glossy consistency for your sauce topping, and then we're going to plate up. Be right back. Alright, so now we're back, and we're just going to take and do a quick plate up. Like I said, you see we have our creamy garlic mashed potatoes here. Get those right here on the plate. That's a nice portion size. We love mashed potatoes around here, so me and the wife are gonna get ready to enjoy this dinner. Get a little bit more. And then, so we got my wife's plate, my plate. You see the portion difference. As you can see, our meatloaf has a nice glossiness to it now. You get a look at that. We're gonna get our green beans here. And I just cook these, saute these with a little garlic, butter, a little bacon fat, and I had left over. Give it some nice bold flavor. Yeah. All good. I don't know why you do that. I gotta just tap it just to make sure I guess it's cleaned off. Alright. Take my pan here, it's a little warm. Don't try this at home, guys. As you see, if you can see the glossiness, it's not runny. It's kind of set onto the meatloaf there. So that's what you really want to get. You don't want it like, you know, running all over the place or running off your meatloaf. So, bravo there. Just take your nice spatula and you can cut you off. Nice, beautiful slice of meatloaf according to your desire here. Okay. See how it just sticks together? It's not falling apart on you. The breadcrumb and the egg really holds it together. And we got a nice plate here. Get it off the edge. You hear my little chef saying that to me right now. No food on the edge. The edges stay clean. Okay? Look at that, guys. Yes. Look at that. I mean, that is an amazing meal. See how you ketchup there, ketchup mixture sauces. It's still, even with it laying to the side, it's not falling off or going anywhere. So those little few minutes there, 5 minutes after, just sitting in the oven really helps it set up. You know, you can see onions and peppers here all throughout, herbs. So, and you can see no pink. It's done nice and good there. So without further ado, I want to say thank you guys for joining me today in the kitchen. I want to say, hey, until the next time, enjoy the food that you eat. And we want to make sure that you, if you're enjoying these series, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, share it with a friend. You know, give me some suggestions down the things you would like for us to make. Make sure you hit that notification bell. So definitely comment. And you can follow us anywhere on social media. All of my tags are in the description. And we will see you next time in the kitchen with the 6 Foot Cook. Peace. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fun content and videos. And hit that notification bell.